Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to our all-you-can-sink buffet aboard USS Philadelphia. Now, in the previous episode, in case you missed it, I was able to sink 3 submarines without firing a single torpedo. This time around, I'm hoping to have encountered the actual mission objective, which is to intercept and kill off a submarine, maybe 2, which are transporting Spetznaz operatives, and they need to be sunk before they actually do some reporting. So let's see if we can get these guys, and hopefully with 2 torpedoes, because that's all I have left. Now, I don't know exactly where these guys are, but I came in from the south, and I'm expecting them somewhat off to the north. So we're going to do a bit of reconnaissance by moving west, hoping that the layer is not going to get in the way too much. But there they are.
Designated Sierra 1.
It's not particularly where I was expecting them, but I'll take it.
Contact bearing 034. Designated Sierra 2.
Now I'm expecting a diesel-electric submarine, so that's really what I'm hoping to find. It looks, however, like I'm looking at a Victor II class. So that's not particularly what I'm looking for. Maybe that's the escort. That's a possibility, that this guy is just the escort for his diesel-electric buddy. However, that would have to be a Tango, or potentially a Whiskey. I think that Sierra 2 might be the Whiskey, and as such be the ship, or the boat, that we're looking for, which is actually the one distributing a Spetznaz team. Now let's speed up a little bit, give our sonar a bit more time to get a bearing. We're going to change our course a little bit. Bit of target motion analysis. We have 50% on the Victor, which is not too bad. I just want to get a bit more on him. And it seems that he's pretty low below the layer, so we're going to descend a bit, hopefully clearing up the image. Not that much though. Come left.
Con sonar.
Bingo.
Sierra 2,
there's the Whiskey.
classified as submerged submarine.
Okay, so the Whiskey is a definite identification. He's pretty far away though, at 16,000 yards. The Victor II is the one that could be a problem, because he might be slightly farther away. I think that the Whiskey is the quieter of the two. Whiskey is at 152 decibels. This one's slightly less, at 148. Whiskey keeps jumping around. Now officially I would only need to sink the Whiskey, because that's the one that's going to actually drop off the SEAL team, or the Spetznaz team. The Victor II is just his escort, so he's really not that big of a deal. He could, however, send a few weapons my way, in which case he would become a big deal. And again, I want to get a good range section on him. We are starting to close on the Whiskey now. Alright, the Victor is a 75% chance to, or 75% accuracy, so that's going to be good enough. He's the biggest target, so I'm going to angle my bow towards the Victor II, so that I can guide the wire and talk this torpedo onto its target. Okay. This guy is going to be the most important one. Weapon is away. The Whiskey might hear that. I'm not too sure. Okay, he just started pinging. That was not my torpedo. There's the Victor II. Really bloody close at 3,000 yards. Torpedo active. This is why I like the wire guidance, otherwise it would have probably missed. Torpedo's first coming up to the right depth. And now he's tracking Victor II, who is really trying to get away from this position ASAP. Fortunately, he's accelerating to full speed. thereby not able to fire off his own torpedoes. You're done.
Con sonar lost contact.
Target destroyed.
1. Last bearing 1. 0. 3. Contact breaking.
Right, well the only thing I can reload tube 1 with is a harpoon. It's the only thing I have left. Now we're gonna come left to course
torpedo room, tube 1
330-ish. There. This should put us more or less on a course to the Whiskey. The Whiskey is, however, not trying to get away. Just yet. Which is interesting, because I would have thought that he might have heard his Victor 2 escort go down, and then decide, well, this is not really where I want to be. Except that that's not what's happening. I could send out a torpedo his way. Whiskies are not particularly quick. Like, they can make 13 knots, which means that a torpedo at 40 knots is going to catch him pretty damn quick. The thing that surprises me is that he hasn't tried to do any sort of counterattack.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 4.
Now let's get him off time acceleration. The Whiskey has heard the torpedo and is trying to get away from it. We have to manually guide this guy towards his target. He probably would have found it. But still, this is my last torpedo. If this thing doesn't hit, I'm going to have to use his torpedoes. I'm going to have to provoke him to firing at me. Which really would not be the best situation. Besides, I already showed off in the previous episode, so I don't think I need to do that twice in a row. I just hope that the next mission that we're getting is not something where I have to sink a submarine, because I simply don't have any torpedoes left. Target destroyed. Okay, I'm going to reload my last tubes with whatever else I have left, which is harpoons. So the only thing I have left to engage are surface targets. I simply cannot attack anything else.
Torpedo room, tube 2 ready. Con, torpedo room,
Okay, tubes are reloaded. Targets have been sunk. And that was the mission. Let's see what else they have in store. Cruise missile. Oh shit. They're coming back. Will now attempt to transit the GI-UK gap and return to port for repairs and rearming. Oh dear. I am effectively unarmed against these guys. This is going to be tricky. And aside from that, it's a pretty large area to patrol. If I go back to Holy Lock, there's really little chance of me to catch them, because loading torpedoes is going to take quite a while. But it's so close. It is really tempting to just move back to Holy Lock and hope that I can get at least a few torpedoes loaded. I don't need a full complement, just a few. And I'm hoping that the SOSUS network here is going to pick up the contacts so that I can race to intercept. If they're in the Denmark Strait, that is not quite going to work. There they are. Alright, here we go. This is going to be another one of those missions where I have to sink targets without torpedoes. I'm going to have to try and get this guy to fire at me and then bring his torpedo back to me, or back to himself. This is not going to be pretty. We have a weak layer at 193 feet. Contact bearing 241. That's about there. No surprise that I can't find it. This could very well be the end of me. I hope not. But it could.
Passing 100 feet.
Ambient noise at 110.
Passing 200 feet.
Con sonar lost contact.
Okay, so we got him at 180.
7. Contact faded.
That's pretty much direct south. So let's see if we can pick him up again. Not sure if he was above or below the
Passing
layer.
300 feet.
I think he may have been above.
Passing 300 feet. Passing 200 feet.
Nothing. Okay. Do I still have... Yeah, I have 1 moss. Okay, reload that. Who knows, it might come in handy.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Although it's not really what I want the torpedoes to go after. I need the torpedoes to go after me, so I can then guide them back
Passing 200
onto the enemy submarine.
Passing 300 feet. Passing 400 feet. Passing 500 feet.
Con sonar regain
There you are.
contact on Sierra 1 bearing 150.
He is very, very close,
600 feet.
if this is accurate. And I really hope it's not a delta, but it might be. Being as close as I am might come in handy. Are we really looking at a boomer? A ballistic missile submarine? Come on, work on the identification a bit more. 91% out of 95.
Sonar,
It's a Victor
Sierra
2.
1 is classified
It
as
is something
submerged
else.
Submarine.
He is 2,500 yards away, which is 2,500 meters, so 2.5 clicks. Let's make some noise. Let's make some noise.
Con sonar switching to active search.
Again, this is absolutely going against everything that a submarine should be doing, which is being quiet, stalking their prey, and then putting a torpedo in it. It looks like Sierra 1 is coming about and preparing to launch a torpedo. Look at that. That's not threatening at all.
Con sonar switching to
Okay, we're gonna try and dive below this guy. There's the launch. It's gonna be hard to dodge a torpedo that's fired directly at me. I'm gonna keep active. I did give away my position entirely. So this torpedo... Oh, the torpedo's not active. Are you kidding?
con sonar torpedo in the
Oh,
water.
actually, it is active.
Bearing 1
I just won't be able to
5.
climb fast enough. This is good. This is good. This is what I wanted the torpedo to do. Because right now it's going to come round. Contact reestablished. Where is he? Drop a noisemaker. Oh shit, son. Oh! Another torpedo in the water. Dead close. We have been hit. This is what I was worried about. That this would in fact hit me. Damage report. Bow sonar's offline. Come on. That torpedo needs to find a different target. It needs to find the homing ship. And yes, he got him. He's acquiring the target. Come on, buddy. Kill yourself. What? The torpedo avoided. Oh, crap. Now these are some really, really dangerous games that I'm playing right here.
600 feet.
We have another torpedo on us. At this point, it's going to be really difficult to avoid this guy. Come on. Come on.
Passing 600 feet.
Come on. Track me. Track me.
Passing 700.
And then find the other boat. Oh, look at that.
Passing
And he
800.
missed him entirely.
Con, Knuckle form.
You have to be kidding me. I cannot keep doing
Passing
this.
900 feet.
Is that a hit? It's not a hit. Oh, shit. That's the end of me. I guess there's not really any abandoning ship, because there's no ship left. We didn't even detect the Oscar and the second Victor 2. Yeah, I think that's the end of me. UK blockaded. Iron Curtain draws over Europe. Yep, that's the end of it. I sunk 156,525 ton, most of which was submarines. I sunk a total of 28 different targets, accomplished 4 missions, and I was at war for 13 days. The biggest problem I had was running out of weapons. Next time, maybe I should just not go with any harpoons and load up entirely with torpedoes. The problem then is that if I am tasked with engaging a surface group, such as one of those invasion fleets, I will not have any long-range weapons, which would be very handy in intercepting ships that are trying to run away. Anyway, that's the end of this playthrough. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do another one. I think I got quite close this time around to actually sinking yet another submarine using their own torpedoes. It was just too close. And unfortunately I didn't have any other way of trying to dissuade the torpedo short of launching a Moss, thinking of it right now, which is what I should have done. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the series. Let me know if you want me to do another one down in the comments, and I'll see you soon for more videos.